Hey everybody, I'm Laura Baisch. I'm the lactation consultant here at CMC. We would like to do a little tour because of the circumstances going around the United States, the world today with COVID-19. So we hope that you can have some questions answered and enjoy our tour. This is my dear friend Kim.
I'm Kim Giorgini. Welcome, and hopefully if you have any questions after the tour, you can just email them to us and we'll be happy to answer your questions. Okay,
All right,
ready?
let's get started.
Do it.
Go ahead, Kim.
Okay, first we're going to go to our triage room, because if for any reason you feel like you need to come to the hospital, we'll see you in triage first. So we'll first go to our triage room. Excuse me. This is one of our 3 triage rooms, a little bit bigger than the other 2. If for any reason you feel you need to come to the hospital, you think your water broke, or you think you may be in labor, you're contracting, or you have decreased fetal movement, or you're just sick and vomiting or whatever, we'll take you in our triage room first and we'll examine you, make sure the baby's okay, and we'll either admit you if your water broke or you're contracting or whatever reason, or we'll send you home. But first we'll triage you in these rooms first, and we'll make sure you and your baby are okay. If we admit you, then we'll take you to one of our labor rooms if that's the case, and we will go over to the labor room first. Okay?
I'm not sure what I'm supposed to do.
This is one of our labor rooms. We have 7 of them. They are all pretty much the exact same size. You have your own private bathroom. If we admit you for labor, you will come in this room, we'll get you situated, we will start your IV, we'll put your baby on the monitor, and that's where you will be until you deliver and recover in this room. Okay, so if you plan on getting an epidural, we have different things we can do for your pain management. If you get an epidural, you get it right on this bed here. You can have one person with you during an epidural. Sometimes people don't want an epidural, they want to go natural. Sometimes we can give you some IV pain medication just to take the edge off if that's all you may need. But we can only give that to you up until 7 centimeters. After 7 centimeters, it's too close to the baby being born. We don't want that baby to be sleepy or not want to breathe, because that pain medicine makes you sleepy. It also makes your baby sleepy. If for some reason, I know a lot of people are worried because they think that, oh my God, if I wait too long, I'm going to miss my window of opportunity for my epidural. If for some reason we get to the point where you're real close to delivering and you haven't had your epidural yet, we can give you something called an intrathecal. It's like a mini spinal. It lasts about 3 hours, and it'll be long enough to get you through that delivery process so you're more comfortable, and then that wears off. The epidural, we don't turn that off until after the baby's born and you've been repaired if you need to be. And then your recovery period is for about an hour and a half or so, give or take. Everybody's a little bit different. Okay. Once the baby's born, then we put the baby right up on mama's belly, if that's what she wants. We wait for the cord to stop pulsating, and then daddy or your significant other can cut the cord. You want to talk about what happens after the baby?
I do. I also wanted to touch on where they need to go prior to triage.
Okay, so whenever you come into the building, sometimes the doctors will say, just go right to labor and delivery. Well, you can't go right to labor and delivery, so you need to register downstairs. During the weekdays, up until 5 p.m. and on Saturdays until noon, you can register right downstairs at Patient Services, and we will come get you and bring you up to triage. If it's an evening or after 12 on Saturday or Sundays, then you would go to the emergency room. You'll register there, and then we'll come down and get you and bring you up in a wheelchair to labor and delivery.
Okay.
Okay?
I know a lot of people like to just come straight up and then we end up having to send you back down. So just know that when you do come up, register first. So after triage, have delivered the baby. This is the exciting part. As long as mom and baby are medically stable, like Kim said, we're going to do skin to skin. The benefits of skin to skin are really wonderful. There's amazing bonding period, and one thing that a lot of dads, I'll tell them to do skin to skin. They're like, well, I don't know about that. It's wonderful. It is so wonderful, and it's something that you'll never forget. But it helps to regulate the baby's vital signs. It helps to calm the mother as well. One thing that we found that when we do skin to skin and immediately after birth is that it helps breastfeeding better, to be better. And so many of you know, and some of you don't know, that Conway is on the path to baby friendly. And so we want to promote breastfeeding because of all the wonderful benefits. So right after delivery, baby's going to go skin to skin, either on mommy or the support person, for at least an hour, or the completion of the first breastfeeding. And then after that, one of the nursery nurses or staff will come in and do an assessment, all right here in the room. We also encourage rooming in, where the baby stays with you the entire time. So in the event that there is a situation where the baby might need some resuscitation, baby would stay right in here. And we bring him or her right over to this little radiant warmer. We have oxygen suction set up, and we're really prepared in the event that there should be a situation. We have respiratory therapists, and all of our nursing staff is NRP certified. So we're really prepared in the event. But hopefully everything is wonderful, and like I said, baby will just stay with you for the duration.
The only time we really take them off is in the very beginning when we have to weigh them.
We'll weigh them, and that's usually within
But then
5
we
minutes.
put them right back
Yeah.
on mama's chest.
Yep.
So that's not a big deal. Otherwise, and we really are here to accommodate you. So whatever you want done, we will help you. Some people don't want their baby right away until we wipe the baby off. Other people want that baby on their chest, and that baby will stay there for 2 hours. We can check the baby's vital signs, which we do every half hour for the first 2.5 hours. We can check the vital signs right on mama's chest. We don't ever have to take the baby off.
We also now are delaying baths, all babies, 8 hours at least. This also helps with temperature regulation, blood sugar regulation. So like Kim said, we'll wipe the baby down, but they will not actually get a bath until after 8 hours now.
Right.
Think anything else?
Not I can think of right now. In a minute, I'll think of something.
Well, sure. So we'll go back out here. We do want to show you where, in the event of an emergency,
Right.
so preterm deliveries, or there is a reason for we need to get the baby out right away. We do have an OR upstairs where we would do a cesarean section, and we'll show you that here in just a minute.
Right. Down the end of this hallway through those double doors is our OR. We have one OR brought up on this floor for emergency C-sections or preterm deliveries or twins. We deliver back in our main OR. That's right on our floor, so we can get to the nursery faster. The nursery is right through this door at the end of the hallway, so it's just much safer for mom and baby that way.
Okay.
Hi.
There's one here.
No. So this is our postpartum room. After you've recovered in labor and delivery, this is where you're going to come. It is a little bit smaller, but these beds are much more comfortable, for sure. So this is where you will stay for the duration of your hospital stay. Again, baby's going to be with you. Your one support person now, visitor. The rules have changed pretty much across the country due to the COVID-19 issues, and so I encourage a lot of FaceTime with families. I know it's hard right now, especially if it's like first grandbaby, or you've got siblings that want to see. We understand, and we want to support you, and we understand the frustration that everybody's going through. So make sure you bring in your iPads or your phones so that you can have that interaction with your families, because we understand that it can be difficult.
Even with delivery, they can bring it in.
Yes, even with delivery. What else? What do you think of?
Trying to think what else for postpartum.
Typically now, with our postpartum moms and babies, you'll have one nurse, and that nurse will take care of you as well as your newborn the whole time. In the event that there is any kind of circumstances where the baby has to be separated from you and is in the nursery, they will have a nursery nurse with them, but for the most part, typically everybody's together. You just have that one nurse.
Right. Also, when your baby is born, we band your baby with 2 bracelets on his or her ankle. Mama gets a matching bracelet with a matching number, and your coach or whoever's going to spend the most time with you here in the hospital for 2 days will get the other band. Sometimes it's dad, sometimes it's the patient's mom, whoever's going to help out the most. When we bring that baby to you, we always double check that number to make sure that you have the right baby. And when we bring your baby to the nursery for whatever reason, you don't give your baby to anybody unless they have this teddy bear on their badge and that red frame around their picture. We're the only people allowed to transport your baby out of your room. Okay, there'll be dietary in here, housekeeping in here, even the doctors, they don't all have the teddy bears. So make sure, because my badge is always flipped around, so just make sure that if you don't know that person, it might have been right after shift change, just say, let me see your teddy bear if you don't see it, and we'll make sure. The babies also have an electronic hugs tag on their other ankle. Every tag has its own number correlating to that baby. If for some reason that tag comes loose or it falls off, we are notified in the nursery right away. If any baby gets near an open door or anything, or if that tag falls off, the alarm will go off on the floor. It's quite loud. And we know what baby it is. All the doors will lock. Nobody can come or go until we know where that baby is and we correct that situation.
We want you to know that we're here to support you. We're excited. We love what we do. We love taking care of our community in this fashion. And so if you have any questions at all, I think there's going to be a link to questions that you might have if that we didn't answer. Please feel free to submit those, and we will get back to you as soon as possible.
Absolutely.
We are so excited. We can't wait.